Hello guys, this is Mike from Deathless Gaming, and tonight I'm going to be giving you a guide to tank RB. Alright, so I'm going to be giving you a guide to tank RB, and hopefully you guys are going to enjoy it. So, without much further said or ado, let's get into it. First off, tank RB is not that different than arcade. Some people think it's a huge shift, like from air to AB, arcade battles to realistic battles for air, but that's a way more dramatic shift than tank RB. It's much more easier than that, and you'll have no problems. So first off, I just want that rule to be out there. So some of your playing styles will be transferable to RB, but tonight I'm going to be going over what you have to change and what you have to avoid. Alright, so first off, getting damaged in RB is a big problem. It's not in AB, so getting your tank damaged, it's fine in AB, you can repair it easily. Getting damaged in RB, if he's hit you, then you're probably going to be disabled and he's going to hit you again and you'll be dead. Or if you're lucky, you're going to be walking with something extremely vital. If your access gets damaged, you can't really turn at all. So getting damaged in RB is huge, and it sometimes taking a shot will ricochet off or something lucky like that, and those are your amazing moments. And other times you'll just get one-shotted. So very easy to get one-shotted in RB. Most kills are one-shots in RB, just to put that out there. Mainly because they make the armor very realistic, so if you hit a penetration spot, it's going to go through. Learn how to range. Ranging is a big thing. Now, I personally don't know how to range as much. I mean, if I want to, I will. But I really like to play more, close quarters. So I'll just adjust because I know how to do it. And even sometimes, if I want to hit something at range, I'll fire once and then adjust. And I'm just used to that because really the bullet, tank shell drop isn't too bad. But if you want to be a really good sniper and you want to be really good at shooting people across the map, I've got a link in the description on how to range. And this is really critical because for tank AB, it takes nothing to be sniping. For tank RB, you have to, do some ranging. It's a little bit hard, but once you figure it out, it's pretty cool. And the reason why you need a range is because if you're gonna shoot something, you gotta hit it in one shot. You can't shoot and reload, which is a problem I have, but, I don't play long range. Learn to look for movement, sound, and smoke, and especially tracers. As a general rule of thumb, I generally don't shoot the tracks with my machine gun because it shows where I am. And when you're hunting for something in RB, you're looking for anything that pretty much moves. You won't notice puffs of smoke in AB, but you will notice puffs of smoke in RB, and that's somebody firing. And the tracers of the shell are really obvious, especially without the, all the gooey stuff from AB. So it's really easy to pinpoint where somebody is. What you also need to practice is identifying tanks from the opposing side. And that brings us to our second. Learn critical points of your opposing side. So once you've noticed the noise of let's say a Russian tank or the smoke, or you've noticed this guy's firing, and you sneak up on him, you need to aim for a weak spot. And so generally, one-shots are pretty much, if you hit in the back of the tank, like 90% of the time on most tanks, because there are a few tanks that have a lot of armor in the back, that's going to be an instant one-shot because it's going to hit the fuel tanks. I find you aim for the side, that's usually where most of the ammo racks, instant one-shot. It's not like AB where, their ammo rack will just burn and then they'll explode. They'll just instantly explode. Learn what your opposing side. So for me, that's Russian, American, and British because I like German. But if you need to know German, if you're Russian, and you need to memorize all the other ones. So it really helps to know all the weak points. Also, if you don't know the weak points, just aiming for flat armor and hitting it will usually penetrate, and sometimes be 1 to 2 shots to kill. Usually flat armor, unless it's really strong, will penetrate. But there are some exceptions to this. Alright, let's do tips for your play style. Like I said, there's spawn points, which is a little different from AB. So basically, if you die once without killing or hitting anything, and that doesn't give you any spawn points, then you're dead and you're gonna have to end your match, which is not fun, as you can imagine. So if you're thinking, gosh, I don't want that to happen, instead of being an AB where you're like, I'll play my weak vehicle first and then I'll bring my best out at the end, you immediately want to bring your best vehicle out so you'll have a chance of killing a lot, or sometimes the vehicle that you're most comfortable with and make the most kills at your tier. So you really want to go for the throat when you begin. Angle armor, I didn't go over this in AB because I wanted to save an entire guide for it, but I do have to mention it, especially in RB. Whenever you're going to be facing a tank head-on, move your armor to a 45-degree tilt. So any flat armor on your tank, or any curve armor for that matter, make sure it's at least 45 degrees to the angle of the gun he's pointing at you. And that might not necessarily mean the position his tank is. Just think, okay, this guy's gun is pointing at me, how can I get my armor 45 degrees for that gun? And you'll be like saying, well, why would you want it at an angle? Well, when you're at an angle and he fires, the gun has a really high chance of ricocheting. There have been a couple times where I've angled my armor and the guy's penetrated, but that's usually extremely rare. Flanking is really easy in RB, and that's because if you got good camouflage or if you're just really sneaky, you can get behind a lot. People can't see you like they can in AB, so flanking is like 20 times more effective than it is in AB. And remember, one more thing about RB is you're not as fast as you were in AB. So whereas your tank's going faster, your turret speed's faster, it's not going to be as fast. So you really need to keep that in mind. And finally, I know this sounds really stupid, but killing lots of people pays off. So in the beginning of the match, if you decide to go Kung Ho Rambo and kill like 4 people or 3 people, and then you get killed, don't worry about it, because you can cripple a team that way. So the reason why is the spawn points, if they get shot before they can make a kill, or some sort of XP, then they're not going to be able to respawn. So you take 3 people off the team instantly, it's going to hurt them a lot. I got kind of lucky in the gameplay you're going to be looking at because I kill a bunch of people. But sometimes you're going to be just going around in RB and you'll get one-shotted and you'll be just basically forced to leave the game and find a new match. And that's really sad, but it's just how it is, the spawn mechanic. So in RB, really make sure to kill as many people as you can. Sometimes slower doesn't work, and sometimes it does. It really depends on the strategy. But taking people out early on can help a lot. And noobs that can rush, if they don't know what they're doing and they rush really fast forward, and you'll just die easily. It's not like Tank AB. Now, there are certain situations, people always say, oh, noobs don't rush. If you look, there are certain flanks on the enemy that you want to rush, because they'll leave certain spots open, and if you really know that area is clear, then you can get huge flanks on the enemy. Now, I kinda know, because I've played the map so many times, when I can tell certain flanks are not being covered, so I'll immediately rush it. But then there's other times where it looks like, nobody's covering that side, I'm going full throttle with my tank, and then I get one shot by some guy hiding behind a building. So learning how your playstyle is going to fit in is going to be a big thing in RB. So in RB, my own playstyle that I'm pretty good at, I always love to find the flank, mainly because I'm an FPS player as well. So flanking people I find is always effective. I'm not much of the sniper, but I've started to learn how to do that as I'm in the Tiger and on the German side. So, your own playstyle. Some people might be horrible at flanking people or getting a sense of where the enemy is, and those people are better at just, going at the map and shooting people at long ranges, but they're really good at that, and they crush during the entire match. So finding your own playstyle is really key for RB. One last point I'd like to add is you usually get a lot more XP in RB, so this really does pay off. Which brings me to my final point. If you die in an RB match and you can't respawn, just immediately exit and find a new RB match. That way you're always rolling. I know I've come back, gotten a few kills in one RB match, left, gotten a few kills another, and left again. and then I finally play a really long one, and then I come back and I have like, 15,000 research points because all my match XP and stuff finally came in out as I once complete a full match. And also remember the maps are a bit bigger, so playing at range is really key to know. That's pretty much all I have to say about Tank RB. If you guys like my videos, like, subscribe, whatnot, make sure to stay classy, Warthunder. Stay classy.